Yo, what up, though? It's your boy OG Tim Wilson. Welcome to the What Up, Though Show Network's presentation of the Offseason. That's right. Football season is behind us. The showdown is behind us, but we will still want to talk sports. So, welcome to the Offseason. This is episode 2, or should I say, episode 2. And with me, of course, I got my homeboys, Big Ed and Waze, the Nasty Boys. What's happening, fellas?
What up? What up?
What up? What up? I'm gonna pour me a shot so we can do a shot here. Y'all know what I do. I do the purple bag. I ain't gonna even say what it is.
I've been excited for this show for a few days now. I do want to apologize to the people who watch us and listen to us. I was extremely late getting the first off season up. Had some technical difficulties. Got that worked out. Got everything up. Expect us to be on schedule with this show from now on.
Yeah, episode 1 came out today.
Yes.
So
I had to put that out there. That's on me. I'm the editor, so that's on me.
here we go. Let's do this, man. It's episode 2 underway.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So what it really boils down to, man, is that the season ended, showdown ended, and we missed talking sports. So we're back. 5 hot topics, and I'm going to start it off with one of the hottest topics of the week. I'll just say the name. Who wants to talk about it first?
I'll raise my hand. Me.
Ja Morant.
Shit, I should not have raised my hand. But I will say this. I saw something earlier today about from I can't remember the name of the dude, but he was speaking on these types of mistakes out of young athletes and how it is an unfortunate mistake. He made a major mistake, but he's going to come back strong, and I truly believe that. This is a young man that made really bad mistake. I do believe it is something he can bounce back from, but it is what it is.
I believe he can. I hope he does. Got to get his head right, man. Big Ed, what's your thoughts on the Ja Morant situation?
When I first saw it, first thing I thought was, you can take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga.
Oh, I'm learning that in rural Minnesota so quick.
You know, one thing my mom used to tell me is, wherever you go, there you are. If that's how you lived your life, wherever you go, that's how you're going to live your life.
And you know what?
Wherever you move on.
My problem is, I don't know if that's how he lived his life, though. If it just seems like it's not really authentic, and that's part of the problem. It's like all of a sudden you're a tough guy, but here's my issue with it. This is why he has to get it under control. For one, he's super duper talented.
Man.
It's y'all to tell you he's my guy. He was my favorite player coming out. I've been following his career since he was in college.
That's all you could talk about last year.
All I talked about was this guy. But trouble is, BS is starting to follow him, right? Because this is not the first incident. First, there was an incident that a laser was pointing at the Indiana Pacers after a game coming from a car that he was in. A security guard said he saw a gun, but there was no proof, but it was still an investigation. It was still caution. Then it comes out he beat up some kid on a playground back in his hometown and pulled a gun on him. And brandished a gun. He didn't say aimed it at him, but he did brandish a gun. You don't want none of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's that under investigation. Then with all of this hanging over your head, you come on IG Live, and here I go. Okay, now you got it in your hand. Now there's no question.
Right.
That's it. Now they're talking about, how did he get it there? Did he have it on the team plane? Because that changes everything. That's 50 games. That's 50 games.
Immediate.
That's 50 fucking games.
Yeah, that's over half the season. It's gone.
He's got a lot of learning to do.
Get it together, man.
And he's the heart of the team.
Yeah.
He is the face of the league. He is potentially the face of the league. He is the he got next.
Yeah.
If he don't screw himself.
Yeah.
And he's screwing himself. So job, please. Coming from a fan, coming from a guy that got nothing but love for you. Coming from a guy that's counting on you. I'm banking on you. I talked you up when you were still in college. I was telling everybody to remember this name. And not for this.
No.
Not because you're the guy that fucked up your money.
Yeah.
Next topic, the NFL Combine took place.
Ooh.
I got with that.
Defensive
Big Ed,
lineman.
what did you see? Big Ed, what did you see, Big Ed? Talk to me.
Defensive lineman running 4.40s.
Ooh. Man.
Quarterbacks. Anthony Richardson with a 40-inch vertical.
Well, if quarterbacks could block shots, he'd be a top dog.
Man, I'm going to put it like this. When it comes to Anthony Richardson, what I seen on the combine, what I seen as far as his measurements, his everything, I think this young man deserves a deeper look and is easily a top 3 quarterback in the draft, in my opinion. I never been high up on Bryce Young. I think he's kind of overhyped like Jamarcus Russell was. But man, Anthony Richardson, he looks like he may be the real deal.
See, the only knock I've heard on Bryce Young is he's too small.
Man, okay.
That's the only knock that I've heard on him.
I am going to speak up on that because that's one of the worst things anyone could say about an NFL player or football player in general, no matter what level. I was always known as the smallest lineman or defensive lineman in my high school. I still to this day hold the single season sack record. As far as when it comes to that size, I don't care about that smallest stuff. I want to know how productive you are. I want to see how well you could do at this level.
Yeah, I'm not buying that either. I think Bryce Young is the truth. I mean, I heard that about Doug Flutie. I heard it about Drew Brees. I heard it about Russell Wilson. I heard
Murray.
A lot of guys. I think they've learned ways to dispel that, let that go. I think Bryce Young is the truth. I think he's excellent. I think he's great. I still think he's top. He's going to be the top quarterback taken. Anthony Richardson raised his stock a lot.
I think Indianapolis is valuing him over Will Levis
I think
now.
they should. I don't know if they do, but I think they should.
I think they're going to go with Evans.
I do too, but I think he's past Will Levis as far as I'm concerned, as far as showing his worth. Will Levis came out to show off his big arm and, I got a cannon and, I showed it off. And Richardson came out there and threw the ball 70 yards.
And see, that's the thing about Levis.
Hands.
He came out and showed off his mouth. Richardson was quiet about it.
He ain't saying nothing.
He just did his work.
When it comes to Richardson, there's 2 places I see him going, and they get the steal of the draft: Carolina or Denver.
I see also. But I think in order for him to go to Carolina, Carolina pick is interesting because that means that they traded with the Bears from number 9 to number 1.
No, it doesn't. He ain't going first overall.
The league is sleeping on him.
Anthony Richardson is not going first overall.
They're still projecting him as a second round.
That's not going to happen. You can let that go. That's not true. He'll be there. He'll be there at 9.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll be there in the first round no matter where you're at.
He'll probably be there at 9. He's not going 1. He didn't jump that far. He jumped that high. But like I said, if quarterbacks could block shots, he'd jump to number 1. But they don't. A long jump and a high jump does not necessarily equate to that makes you the top dog. Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud are still going to be 1 and 2, the first 2 quarterbacks off the board.
Absolutely.
They're still the best 2 quarterbacks in there. Out of him and Will Levins, it's tough. It's a tough call
Yes.
from there.
I can see when it comes down to it, I think the only coach that's salivating, looking at this, looking at his ability as a quarterback and everything, is gonna be Sean Payton. He knows what he has with Russell Wilson. He knows what to expect with Russell Wilson, but he also knows he needs to start thinking about the future of that team. And this is the quarterback he's gonna be looking at. I can almost guarantee that.
I could also see Houston taking a shot at him
Yes.
if they don't go quarterback at number 2, and they go at and he's sitting there when they have because they have 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, they got number 2 and number 12, I believe.
If he's sitting there at 12, I think they would take a shot at him. There's a lot of teams that'll take a shot at him.
Absolutely. Come on.
He's a good player that a lot of the teams are looking at him as, if you don't need the quarterback right now,
Okay.
he's a good guy to pick up. You can sit him on your bench, coach him up, let him learn the game for a couple years, and then he's ready to rock and roll.
And the team I can see looking at
You don't do that with pick number 1.
No. I can see Minnesota going and making an aim for him. And that's not even speaking as a Minnesota fan, but you look at the power as far as the passing game goes in Minnesota. Anthony Richardson is the fit for them in the future. Currently, probably not.
Now, I'm hearing a lot of people say he may still be second round. A lot of people saying he's somewhere between 20 and 30, 32. I would not be surprised if he's top 15.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if he goes in the top 15.
I don't know. One of the latest mock drafts I've seen has 4 quarterbacks going in the first 5 picks.
I don't like that. I don't necessarily even agree with that.
I don't see that.
Yeah.
Not unless there's a lot of trades.
I can see why they would do that and why they would have those mock drafts like that. I don't think I can agree with that.
A lot still has to happen, though.
Right.
I mean, I could see Seattle taking a shot at Richardson if he's there for their second first-round pick.
But with them just giving Geno that big contract,
They don't have to give Richardson a big contract, especially if he's their second first-round pick.
Yeah.
They don't have to give him a big contract, and Richardson will be 35 when that contract is up.
but what happens if Richardson ends up showing out in Seattle and goes over Geno?
I don't understand what you mean.
Okay, say Richardson plays better in training camp than Geno does. How do you justify
like Russell Wilson
Geno's?
did? You said you seen like Russell Wilson did with Matt Flynn. What do you think Seattle did then? So you don't think Pete Carroll is capable?
Well, Matt Flynn didn't have a contract.
Yes,
that Russell
the hell he did. He had a big ass contract. They just picked him up. They just signed him.
Okay.
They just brought him there.
If he's under Geno Smith, I could see Pete Carroll making sure he's under that learning tree because he's learning more than just what it takes to be a quarterback in the league, but how to endure being a quarterback in the league.
And I got 3 years. I got Geno for 3 years. And
Yes.
in 3 years, he's going to be 35. And in 3 years, I'll be ready to start this kid.
And when you got a quarterback like Anthony Richardson behind someone like Geno Smith, you got Anthony Richardson backing up someone who really knows what it takes to have that longevity almost with the league, but knows what it takes to also come back from literally nothing in the league.
Yeah.
He can learn a lot more from Geno than he can learn from a lot of quarterbacks in the league.
And there's a lot of teams that would be willing to pick him and sit him for a few years and make him, because they don't think he's ready.
Yeah.
Because when they look at the tape, he's been inconsistent. You know, he got a great tape that he can show off his great plays. He's incredible. He's an incredible athlete. But if you look at the whole games, then
Right.
you see inconsistencies, and
Yeah.
that's why he's not a number one overall pick. That's why he's not not a player that teams are looking at as somebody you pick up and start right away. He's somebody you pick up if you're going to need a quarterback in 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
Yes, and that's why I think Denver's probably going to be the team that picks him up.
Denver's a good spot. Seattle's a good spot. You mentioned Minnesota. That will be a good spot. There's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of great spots for him. He's gonna. I think he's gonna be. He really did dominate the weekend. And after was it Jalen Smith? Was his name? I think the one that ran 3.39, the linebacker out of Georgia.
Who?
After 4.39, he ran right.
Yep.
After
4.39.
seeing that, for him to still come out and steal the show, he had to be amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
he had to show something special.
So he really stole the weekend
Yes.
at the combine. So look for that, folks, because 1 week after the NFL draft, the Dynasty League draft will be held.
Okay.
Wee!
That's what you
I
can
can't
call it.
wait.
Every year, 1 week after the NFL draft, the Dynasty League is exactly 1 week after the NFL draft.
And that's all rookies, right?
All rookies. Speaking of which, I want to give a big shout out to the Broad Street Bullies football group. And I also definitely want to give a shout out to the Southwest Fantasy Football group. And last but not least, far from least, I want to give a salute to the EFG collective, the real EFG, the greatest, the most feared collection of fantasy football players on the planet. All right? That's the real deal. Topic number 3. And I make it 3 for a reason. Because it's the third of a trilogy.
Ooh.
Creed 3.
Ooh. Bruh, have you seen it yet? I know
Haven't
OG
seen
and
it
I
yet.
have.
I haven't seen it yet, so
Man, you're missing something special.
We about to spoil it for you. Sorry.
that's all good. It's all good.
Talk to me, Wade. What are your thoughts, man?
Number one about that movie, and what we really should lead off on, is the fact that the storytelling in that movie, in a sports movie, really, is remarkable.
Yeah.
We have not seen a pugilistic sports movie with that kind of storytelling in a very long time. I would argue to say Rocky 2.
Yeah. Definitely the best of the creeds.
Yes.
It's definitely the best of the creeds. And Michael B. Jordan directed this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep,
Yes.
it's his actual directorial debut.
Let me tell you something. He knocked it out the park.
Man.
The scene where they just break it down and block everything out and really, really emphasize the focus of these two athletes.
Oh.
Where to them, there's nothing else in the room but their opponent. And man, that scene just when it was happening, I just leaned over to my son and said, "This shit is dope."
Man.
It was fire. It was so incredible of a scene, man.
Ronald Riley and I broke that down into very simple terms. 4 to 11. Because that's how many rounds went by in that one
Yes. Yep.
to 11.
Yep. And that was incredible. And it was dope how they did that.
Man.
It was dope how they did that. Because it was like when they came back, it was 12, and I was like, "Oh snap!" You know, it was like, "Wow, man!" They did an incredible job with that.
And
Also,
as an athlete, I have a deep appreciation for that scene.
yes, yeah, for sure. And I also I don't know who the guy is that played his opponent there.
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors.
That he was the older one because there was a younger and an older version of him. He played the hell out of that.
Yeah, the older one is Jonathan Majors.
He played the hell out of that role. Boy, when I tell you, if that ain't, I was just sitting there going, boy, if that ain't a nigga that just got out the joint, if that ain't him,
right?
The ability of, and I'm just gonna put it out there because everybody knows Michael B. Jordan is extremely versatile.
Yes,
but I don't think he's capable of conveying the type of emotion that Jonathan Majors was able to convey, not only in his scenes as far as outside of the ring, but inside of the ring, to demonstrate that arrogance, to demonstrate that ruthlessness,
yes,
and that to do all of that while remaining calm.
Oh man, and once he got his shine, all of a sudden, well, I'm bigger. Whatever, whatever, nigga. I don't need you. Look, I got this. Look what I got now. I was like, this nigga is so out of jail.
And I can see this movie easily getting a nod for the Oscars next year.
Yeah. I agree. It's phenomenal. It is definitely by far the best of the Creeds. It's very entertaining. 2 thumbs up with a twist.
Around the world with a snap.
Man, bro, I'm
Shout
telling
out to In Living Color.
if you are able to, you and Junior go see this movie.
Oh yeah, we're finna go see it.
Man, you will not be disappointed in any way.
At all. Topic number 4. Back to football. The quarterback carousel has begun. Derek Carr landed in New Orleans. Geno stayed with Seattle
And got paid.
Danny Dimes.
Daniel Jones got franchise tagged.
Okay.
No, he got a contract.
Yeah, he got an extension, 4-year extension.
Lamar is still sitting out there, and Lamar is still sitting out there.
Yep.
No, actually, I
It's a
believe Lamar
non-exclusive.
got tagged.
He got a non-exclusive tag. Any team could pick up that tag, but when it comes down to that contract negotiation and picking up that tag, the Ravens have the rights, the first opportunity to match. But if they do not match, Lamar can be picked up by any other team who's willing to make that payment.
Risky move, but you know what?
And he's looking for Deshaun Watson money. And Deshaun's actually finna restructure his contract.
He did not need a single masseuse for it.
You know what? I'm not going there with you, Waves. There's so much to say, and I'm not saying any of it. Yeah. So who else? What's the Jets gonna do? See, the Jets sat up waiting, playing with this. We want Aaron Rodgers, and if we can't get him, we'll take Derek Carr. And Derek Carr said, "Never mind, I'm out.
I'm going to.
I'll take myself off the board. I'll take myself off the board. Nah, y'all get Aaron Rodgers, or y'all start over."
But from what I
who
heard,
they gonna have to
had
give
an
up?
opportunity with Aaron Rodgers today, and that meeting doesn't sound like it went extremely well. It went well enough for Ian Rappaport and Mike Garofalo to say that they do have a shot at him, but it definitely did not have any indications that they are definitely going to be getting at Aaron Rodgers anytime soon.
Who they gonna have to give up?
Since you almost said it, where's Garoppolo going?
Jimmy G.
The Raiders.
Jimmy G with the Raiders uniform? Ooh, I don't see it.
I don't see it. I want to. Okay, this is me wishful thinking.
The Panthers.
That's who I'm thinking. Panthers got DJ Moore still. DJ Moore, all he needs to shine is a quarterback with the arm of Jimmy G.
Don't they got Chark too?
No. Wait, no. Chark isn't. Is he?
I don't know where he's going, but I don't think the Detroit's not re-signing him. I doubt if Detroit is re-signing him. I don't think
Detroit doesn't re-sign.
I don't think he landed anywhere yet. I don't know, but I don't think he's being re-signed though.
I will say, nope, I'm not doing that because last week this show ran an hour because someone mentioned this team. So no, I'm not saying that. Never mind.
No, he's not going there.
They're saying they do need
Evan Ingram got tagged by the Jaguars.
Yeah. Which is a smart move when you're
Deron Payne also got tagged by the Commanders.
So the topic was quarterback carousel, and I don't know what Big Ed talking about right now.
Well, okay, quarterback Carson Wentz is out there. He's been released by the Commanders.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
He's going to the
going
XFL.
somewhere. He might end up in the XFL next year.
Or he might be somebody's backup. Somebody might pick. He's not getting a big cut. He's done.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody's looking to pick him up as a starter unless they're totally desperate.
he's going to get that Andy Dalton.
I could see Jimmy G ending up in New York with the Jets.
I can see that. They got Webb
Yeah,
too. Yeah,
and he might actually take that opportunity too to go against Bill Belichick.
I don't think he holds a. Jimmy G is not the type to hold a grudge like that, though. He ain't the type, you know.
And Belichick liked him too. Oh, what if he ended up there with Belichick?
That'd be interesting because Belichick has familiarity with him. He has a rapport with him. He has a lot of respect with Jimmy G. So I can see that.
I don't think Bill's feeling Mac Jones.
But the team, no one's talking about, but has the highest chance of picking him up, in my opinion. So this is my opinion. Don't take it as, take it with a grain of salt. It's Pittsburgh.
Oh, you know who I thought you were about to say? Tampa Bay.
No, Tampa. I don't see them get. I don't know. It's a possibility, but I see them more likely to end up with Carson Wentz.
So Tampa Bay.
I'm just be real about it.
Another team that comes to mind that's going to be looking for a quarterback, especially if Aaron decides to leave, is Green Bay.
Yeah.
They said they're ready to roll with Jordan Love, though.
Yeah. It looks like they're ready for Jordan Love.
I don't believe that. I'm sorry. Knowing Green Bay, I don't believe that they think Jordan Love is the answer.
I think Green Bay's in a soft rebuild. And moving to Jordan Love, that gives them the ability to kind of do a soft rebuild with new receivers and running backs. Not running backs. New receivers that could come in and work well with Jordan Love to complement his ability.
I don't mind. I think they will run with Jordan Love. If they can move right. I think they want to move. I think they're ready to move on.
Oh yeah, they are. They're ready.
I really believe they're ready to move Rodgers, roll with Jordan Love, and see what they got for a season.
Yeah, they're looking at Aaron Rodgers right now like he was Brett Favre.
And it would be interesting for Aaron Rodgers to end up on the Raiders. It would be interesting to see him end up in Dallas.
Ooh.
And Jerry Jones will not hesitate if he came knocking at the door.
Ooh, Jerry.
Mike McCarthy wouldn't hesitate.
They pull that trigger so fast,
man.
That would be interesting, man. I think Tampa Bay is going to go full rebuild. I think Tampa Bay is going to just tear it down and go full rebuild.
I think that's a dark horse for Anthony Richardson right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I think they're about to tear it down and go full rebuild. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a run at that number one pick. They would be willing enough to give up. They would be willing to. That's a team that I believe would be willing to give away the house.
Oh, and we never considered this. That is how Mike Evans becomes the number one wide receiver in Chicago.
I see Chris Godwin doing that before Mike Evans.
I think they would give up either one of them, if not both of them. They are so buried in the salary cap.
But they'd have to give up somebody on defense too, though.
No.
They are so buried in salary cap hell, they would give up everybody.
Devontae David.
Take them.
I need a back.
Take them. I don't think they would. I don't think they're. I think they're gonna go in full rebuild. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe they would.
Yeah,
I
they
believe
let go of
would
the
give up-
Fournette today too.
Yep. I think they would throw away the house to get there. I think that would be the most Chicago could get out of that pick would be the Tampa Bay. If
Yes.
they made a run at it.
Yes.
Because they give up veterans and picks. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
How much they care.
Yes.
Yeah, we get a first round pick plus a veteran, either
And
receiver
Godwin
or
probably
defensive
best
line.
fit when it comes to being able to have chemistry with Justin Fields. Godwin's the best option. But you still have that deep threat of Mike Evans. They could.
Yeah, but see, when you talk about a deep threat with Mike Evans, one play comes to mind.
Where he threw the ball to Tom Brady.
No, when Tom Brady threw the ball to him, he was wide the fuck open, and he missed it.
Yeah, that's one play though. One play.
Yeah. That one play is gonna stick in everybody's craw. I ain't gonna.
Not everybody, just the petty ones.
Yeah, just the petty ones. Because Mike Evans
Most people
lost.
don't think about those 100 catches and 1,300 yards. So,
But we're gonna go with Chris. We'll probably go with Chris Godwin over Mike Evans because of the age.
Yeah.
that I could see.
I could see that. He's got the speed. He's got that deep threat. And that's what Chicago needs for Justin Fields is a deep threat that can get open.
Because
Wouldn't
Mooney's
be
not a number
surprised.
one; he's a number two.
3.
I would not be surprised if Tampa Bay made a run at that number 1 pick or at a top 5 pick because I think that top 5 pick. I think a lot of those more than that number 1 pick is up for grabs. I think a lot of those top 10 picks are up for grabs.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those teams got more than 1 pick.
Yes.
Seattle, Detroit, they all got more than 1 first round pick. So
Yeah.
I'll move back.
Houston.
Ooh.
Houston. I'll move back to give that up and add a 3rd first round pick. Why not? Why not? Of course I would. A lot of teams thinking that way.
Last I heard, what the Bears is planning on doing, they're gonna trade the number 1 pick back to like number 4, between 4 and 9, and then they're gonna trade that pick also.
I'm not going to guess on the Bears because I don't want the show to run on that long.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, because exactly.
But no.
Because Indianapolis gonna move up to number 1 so that they can pick the guy that they could get at number 6.
If there's any team, we can all agree on this. If there's any team in the league right now in the best position going into this draft, it's the Bears. Plain and simple. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah, that said, I ring the bell. And we've got one last topic. We started with a troubled young man, and we're going to end the show with the feel-good story of the year so far. KJ Osborne is a hero.
Yep.
He,
You're right.
an Uber driver, and a couple of other guys, friends, a friend and another guy and his girlfriend. They saved a guy's life, man. Saw them in a burning car. He was saved him from a burning car, put his life on the line to get that guy out of there. But he admitted that he downplayed his heroism, but it was heroic. But he downplayed it because he had second thoughts. He said his first instinct was to go help this guy. It's when he got out there, his second instinct was, man, I got a lot to lose here. What if this car explodes?
Mm-hmm.
But he said it was the Uber driver that was the real hero that kept going and said, no, we got to get this guy out of here.
Right.
Opened the door and communicated with the guy and showed him that the guy was alive. And so he went back into action. And the 4 of them helped get this guy out of this car into safety.
All I have to say on this is the same thing I told my mom when she shared the story with me and brought it to my attention is KJ Osborne did something that the typical professional athlete would not even do. He was willing to risk it all for an everyday man.
Already right there, he's next year's Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner.
There's a lot of year left, but right now he's leading the way. But he took a picture with the Uber driver and with the other 3 people that he was with, and because he said, I'm a professional. They didn't know him. He was in an Uber.
Right.
And he took a picture with them and said, because I'm a professional athlete, I'm probably going to get all the shine. But guys, the 4 of us, we just did something heroic, and y'all deserve as much credit as I deserve. So he took a picture with them. And I believe
I'm glad he did that.
That picture is iconic right now.
Yeah.
And this is iconic. And I'm not to even try to toot my own horn, not to even say anything. This is the reason. I don't know why when he came to Minnesota, first thing I realized is he has this something about him, and now seeing this, I'm starting to understand what it is I saw about him. He's a real person. He's not just a professional athlete.
Yes.
When you talk about professional athletes and celebrities,
especially receivers,
being real,
especially receivers,
this is what you expect out of them.
Because receivers have this reputation of being divas.
Yeah, they do.
So to see a receiver put himself on a line like that.
Well, I found this interesting. His desire, what he wanted to be and what he went to school for. He went to school for criminal justice. He wanted to be an FBI agent.
Oh, wow.
So he wanted to be a hero all along.
Exactly. So kudos to him, man. Kudos to all 4 of them, the 3 people he was with. They have not yet had a chance to meet the guys that they saved. They have not yet had a chance to meet this guy. But he said he said the guy was at the club the day he just left. He said, I recognized him when I saw him from inside the club. So he was there. The guy left the same place. He was just leaving from the same place as us. So kudos to them, man, and much love. God bless. Ja Morant, get your shit together. NFL Combine has been a lot of fun. There's some great athletes coming into the league. The league is in good hands. Creed 3, go see it. It's a monster. Quarterbacks falling all over the place. We don't know where they're going to land, but as they keep landing, we're going to keep talking about them. And last but not least, salute to you, KJ Osborne, and those that came with you. I'm your boy, OG Tim Wilson. On behalf of the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Ways, this is the Offseason.